Underwater aliens are spirits from the marine kingdom. What are they discussing in Washington right now? That's next on the trumpet. This was just a few days ago in the House Oversight Committee on UFOs. You can see right up here, basically the whole conversation was about underwater alien bases. If they read their Bible, they would know that the beast comes out of the sea. The book of Revelation, chapter 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea. The Bible talks about the beasts that live in the sea. Leviathan is a sea monster or a dragon symbolizing chaos. He's in the book of Job. It's this one in the book of Isaiah that'll get you. In that day, the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. You know the fallen angels are stuck here on earth, and most likely are in the sea, because the only thing that's coming from the sky is Jesus Christ and the new heaven and the new Jerusalem. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. You know those things being in the sea, that's why they got rid of the sea. And the very first thing that they mention in the book of Genesis, in this old Hebrew print, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. But the earth was desolate and void, and darkness was upon the face of the murmuring deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. They're not aliens. That's the marine kingdom.
As well just go all out and say it. The earth is flat. Birds are government drones. And we've never set foot on the moon. And as well just go all out and say it. The earth is flat. Birds are government drones. And we've never set foot on the moon.
They are talking about UFOs all the time these days. It's always in the news. And they got all these government officials talking about it. It's just so obvious that they're planning something. If you ever go outside and look up and see ships, those are government ships. They've admitted on more than one occasion that they got flying saucers and all kinds of shit they test out and fly about. Even if you see aliens get out them ships, I still wouldn't believe it. They could just be some chimeras that the scientists cooked up in the lab. But on the off chance that they're not man-made, then I think they're trans-dimensional.
No way they just planted on our face like that. First they tell us, oh, there's intelligent life and other life forms in space, and there's aliens and they're intelligent and they can create things and we've talked to them but then all of a sudden they're coming out and saying, no, actually the aliens are in the waters. They're in the waters. We have their bodies. We have some of their bodies. We've communicated with them. We've spoken to them. Randomly coming out, suddenly coming out and saying that. Listen, y'all. Satan is the God of this world, lowercase g. He has to set us up. Hook, line, sinker. Remember that. Hook, line, sinker. He has to set us up. He tells us, look here, so he can do something there, right? If we are actually in the end times and we are living in Revelation, even if we're 100 years out, which I don't think so, he has to set us up. In the book of Revelation, it literally says countless times that everything is coming out of the waters. That, behold, I saw a beast coming out of the sea. Behold, the great river Euphrates drying up and the four angels will be loose. Everything is coming out of the waters at the end. And so now they're like, oh, shoot, we got to scramble. We got to actually tell them it's in the water because we know that there's nothing coming from the skies in Revelation other than Jesus Christ who's coming on the clouds. Jesus Christ who's coming on the clouds is the only thing coming from the sky, my boys. All the deception you'll see there, that's just random deception. They can't do anything. It's just lying wonders is what the Bible says. It's just lying wonders. Only Jesus is coming on the clouds, okay? All of these things are here on earth because they have no place in heaven. They've been casted down to earth. They're not coming from there. They're coming from the waters. Oh, woo, big revelation, right? At the end of the day, here's what I'm saying. Watch the waters, not the skies. The deception is in the skies. The real stuff is coming from the waters. That's why now they're trying to direct your attention, because now if something weird comes from the water, now they can program your mind to believe it's aliens and not what's in the Bible, what's in the book of Revelations. They say some of them are nice and then some of them are evil. It's because we either approaching Revelation or we're right in Revelation. I'm telling y'all, bro, pay attention. Pay attention to the signs.
You guys are doing this. You guys are doing this, right? You can control water. That's your technology, but why are you doing this? Okay, that's enough. I get the point.
Oh, wait, what? You mean to tell me that the government has you guys believing in aliens? Ah, I had to come out of retirement for this one. Tell me it isn't so. No! So apparently some of y'all weren't listening when I told you this. There is no such thing as space. So if there's no space, of course there's no aliens, but go to my tab if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm about to show you several ways God already told us about hybrid creatures of the land and the sea. You ready? Job 41 says, look at the behemoth which I made along with you, and which feeds on the grass like an ox. And I don't know if you can see that part 17. Its tail sways like a cedar. The tail a size of a tree? Okay, but what about the water? Let's go forward to chapter 41. Okay, right here out the gate, top of 41. Can you pull in Leviathan with a fishhook or tie down its tongue with a rope? Now, this is just speculation, but what do you think happened after Jesus drove those demons into the pig, into the water? Okay, but that's not even the kicker. Some of you guys still don't remember the story of the Nephilim, the baby giants who basically Jack and the Beanstalk style started snatching up humans and devouring them. And when that didn't work, they turned on nature. What does that mean? Oh yeah, they got nasty. They got nasty with animals. Even Noah's great-grandson, Nimrod, the great architect of Babel, you remember that city that tried to reach the heavens? Well, he was guilty of defiling the beast as well. Yes. Maybe that's why hieroglyphs look the way they do. But again, just educational purposes, right?
In the middle of the ocean? Why are they in the middle of the ocean? Do they breathe underwater? Or do they have a city under there? Do they walk around on their little feet? Do they have like little sea helmets? If that's true, were they born under the water or did they go under the water? Did they come from somewhere else and then live under the water? Or have they always been in the water? Megalodon, question mark? You can't just beat the American population down to nothing and then drop that they have aliens on them.
And it might seem a little far-fetched, okay? Just stick with me. A couple years ago, Elon tweeted Doge. He wasn't talking about that damn coin. We thought he was talking about the Doge coin. He wasn't talking about that damn coin. Elon was telling us in our faces this whole time, lock his ass up.
I'm so confused about Elon Musk. I can't even right now. Elon, I want to believe in you, but why do you have a satanic mother? I get that Elon Musk's mother was a model. So, you know, they're going to pose differently for different reasons. But I lived in Hollywood for 25 years. I have many friends that are models or mothers are models. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Like, what the? I just saw this recently. I'm like, Elon, I want to believe in you, but why do you have a satanic mother? This is not okay. And by the way, even though I'm verified on the X, nothing. I'm shadow banned like a mother. Like, Satan, get behind me. What's this?
What if I told you the ocean was the real outer space? A couple years ago, an independent researcher named Tyler Schmerkenhieser designed and engineered a one-of-one submarine with an adaptive hyperalloy composite hull. To prove it, guy was obsessed, believed the concept of the ocean floor itself was a lie. Stuck a camera on the front of the submarine and set off into the unexplored depths of the Mariana Trench. And Buddy, the species he'd captured on these videos, were things that have yet to be explained to this day.
But instead of finding the seafloor, he discovered what he described as an abyssal vortex, a swirling black whirlpool that no previous expedition had ever encountered.
When in reality, most of those encounters are actually the doings of a top secret facet of our government, basically to prepare us for a fake alien attack. And this is all as a means of controlling us.
What they're looking to do is to create a fake alien invasion as means of control over us. Think of everybody who destroy their foundations, what they know to be true. It's a psychological warfare on ourselves.
Found evidence. What looks like a cloud moving is actually just a bunch of drones. Check it out. See that right there? You see that? Well, look where the arrow is. Right there. Look at that thing. See? They're already able to do it right now.
My ship.
Now imagine if something was above that cloud. You wouldn't be able to see what it is. And then think about downwards. If they wanted to put it on the ground, like maybe 20 feet above you, it'd be the same thing.
It's just gonna look like a building or something.
Yeah. It's gonna be the same thing. Yeah, so they put it down below, and let's say you're in an airplane and you're looking down, it's just gonna look like everything's normal. But they can already do it. They can already do it. Yeah. That's insane. The world record for the most synced sequential drones was established in China with 8,100 drones. And imagine if they all can blow up.
It shows 8,100 drones flying simultaneously.
Those are all drones.
Which actually broke a world record, a new Guinness World Record. Who's to say you can't fly 8,100 drones around a $13 billion aircraft carrier?
You could cover a section of the sky. Let's say you want somebody not to get any sunlight. You can actually block a whole block from sun. You can get all these drones to cover this area. You won't be able to see what they're doing, and they're doing it, and then the drones go away.
So listen to what Fox News just said. You're going to want to hear this. They've just told everyone that the world is flat. The world is flat. Did anyone else see or hear that? And that there's aliens living in our oceans, in the water. Aliens in our oceans, yeah? They're saying that we've discovered more of space than we have of our own waters. Can you imagine that? That they haven't even searched and discovered the whole of our land here. Why is all this allowed to be put on TV if it's not true? Is this their way of telling us this must be a joke, right? It has to be a joke. I think we're going to see them very soon. I think they can't hide it no more. And I think that's why they're having to tell us all, because something's going to happen. I'm waiting for something to happen. It feels like something's going to happen. Doesn't it feel like that for you?
You're going to get a fake alien invasion before you get Grand Theft Auto 6. Things are about to get very weird, and they're about to get very weird using technology that you don't know anything about. I was saying that this is the blackest, darkest technology that has been the most covered up. So much so that I probably can't even talk about it without getting flagged here on this app. You're going to be hearing a lot about UFOs and UAPs and aliens and whatever. There's a ton of faceless accounts that are popping up on these apps right now talking about UAPs. Everybody's got a UAP account, it seems. There's hundreds of them that have popped up as I swipe through my For You page. They're all pushing propaganda. They're pushing propaganda about UAPs and UFOs, and they might be at the bottom of the ocean, like the movie The Abyss, or they might be living in the sky, or they might be plasmoids, they might be interdimensional entities, but nobody ever talks about how they might just be technology that imitates those things and can fake that. I've got some interesting things for y'all. We've got New World Vistas, Air and Space Power for the 21st Century, the Directed Energy Volume. And we'll be releasing this. This is the United States Air Force's Scientific Advisory Board's description of all the things you're not supposed to know about. Let me just put this table of contents here so you can read it, because if I say it out loud, this will probably get flagged. So here you go. Can you read that okay? See all that fun stuff that's in there?
They want us to believe in UFOs. They're preparing us for a fake alien invasion. That's always been the plan. a one world government. The only way to do it is to get us to embrace it. And the only way to embrace it is from an alien attack. Ronald Reagan talked about it many times at the UN, CFR. He talked about it because wouldn't it make, he looked at all the leaders of the nation, of the world, and said, wouldn't it make our lives easier if we just had some, you know, some kind of extraterrestrial threat? He said that shit. He said that in front of the UN.
What the Pentagon and the military are doing, they want to control the narrative because they're getting ready to continue to produce these technologies that mimic or look like some real UFOs. In other words, real identified flying objects, but they're ours. And there's a lot of them that are ours. There's some that are not ours. Imagine we have one of these flying triangles like a TR-3B or some UFO that we created. We fly over one of our own warships and shoot it so that we can make everybody afraid, say now we need trillions of dollars going into space weapons. Now there's a whole space weapon industry being funded by tax dollars that doesn't even need to exist, but these fat cats with these $10,000 suits are going to get richer and richer and richer, making weapons for things and threats that don't even exist. So it's a real crazy situation. I think that they're controlling the narrative to make money because there's no more wars to fight. There really are hardly any more wars to fight. We've already dominated. We took over Argentina. We took over the Middle East. We nobody really cares about Africa. Everywhere you can go and get some kind of resource, they've done it. In Africa, they've already gone and set up corporations in all the places that have all the resources. That's been finished a long time ago. There's nowhere else to go to start any big wars to generate trillions of dollars in war money. So the next big race for money is space race. And that's where you have the Space Force. And all of a sudden, don't be surprised if you see one of these UFOs or UAPs shoot at one of our own ships, now justifying the need for more laws, more restrictions on us, plus more money going into the space weapon industry, which is going to be $1 trillion industry, and we're not even going to question it. We're going to happily give them the money. They don't have to hide the money now. No more black budget mix-ups. We don't know where the $18 trillion went, like Donald Rumsfeld. No, we know where it went. It went to the Space Force because we have to have weapons to protect the planet. Meanwhile, they're using those weapons to point them right back at this own planet with us still on it. So that's the trick behind this whole thing. It's a fake space race for a space war that's probably not going to happen. This stuff goes so deep and so compartmentalized, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake, which is exactly what they want. They want us off balance. Because if we're off balance, we're always guessing, like right now we're guessing. And it's exactly what they want, because when you're off balance in the boxing ring, what happens? You get knocked the hell out.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.